It is 4:30 nearly in the afternoon. We've had a very busy day up until now, but we are in the car and we're heading to Porto Airport. Our lovely landlady is at the house now with Eden, so we've done the little handover, and it feels quite strange, doesn't it, to be leaving and driving away but not have Eden with us.
Yeah.
I know she'll be perfectly fine though. We've left with plenty of foods and treats and instructions and things like that, so Eden will be absolutely fine. She'll be enjoying the Portuguese summer. Our main concern right now is how to survive a plane journey with a baby. As it happens, Story has not been that easy today. She's normally really good. Not looking forward to it, to be honest. We'll see how the things pan out as we go along. Hello, what are you doing back there? Right now she seems quite calm and she's got a couple of toys to keep her busy. It could have been a teething issue earlier because she's had all of her food and milk like at the right time so far, so we're on track with Story's routine today, but she's just not been very happy. She's wanted a lot of attention and cuddles and being picked up all the time, and every time either me or Jay left her, like even for a second, she started crying. How are you feeling about this?
Focused, a little bit worried about the state of Story's mood today. I think she's going to be a nightmare.
Jay and I have done a lot of flights, but this is the first time flying with a baby. We are now going to be the people with the baby.
This is why I've never been that guy that complains about somebody else's kid, because I always knew one day I would be that guy with the baby.
And today's the day.
Yeah.
I always get a bit nervous and stressed out before a flight anyway, just for myself or just for me and Jay if we're going somewhere. But doing it with Story this time, it was different. It was like, my goodness, we've got to pack so much more. But the good thing is that we're going to family, so if we have forgotten anything or anything like that, it doesn't really matter. And we're also going back to England, so it's not like we don't know where we're going and what shops there are and stuff. So if we need to pick anything up, then we can do that quite easily. We've just gone past the Visako Palace. But we are not stopping in today, unfortunately. It'll be about 2 weeks till we're back there again with Eden. Looking forward to it already. The other day when we were up here with Eden, we saw there was a fire in the distance, and when we left the walk we thought it had been put under control because we couldn't see it anymore. But driving back up here again, it's still in full force, so the fire is still going on. I was just saying to Jay that I'm noticing when I'm vlogging there's lots of marks on my face and it looks like I've got loads of spots, but they're actually scratches from Story's fingernails. This here, Story scratch. She got me on my lip the other day, Story scratch. She's at a really grabby stage, and even though her nails are short, we clip them every other day, she grabs on really fast and like grips you. So I know she's not actually meaning to scratch us, but even with short fingernails, she kind of digs them in and like really grips on. You've got a few too, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a scar going across my forehead earlier.
As we are approaching the motorway, we're actually getting much closer to the source of the fire that we saw burning at the top of the hill. There's actually two, so there's a lot going on over here. This is the big one, and then there is another one. Wow, that is quite scary. We had planned on driving to the airport the scenic route and not on the toll roads, but we ended up leaving the house 20 minutes later than planned, so we have picked up our ticket and we are driving on the motorway all the way there. So it took half an hour off of the journey, so I'd rather just get to the airport with plenty of time to spare. Alright, we've just been through the toll booths, we've been driving for a while.
Insira título. Efetue o pagamento.
And it was €6.45, which was about 110 kilometres. We still have half an hour to go till we get to the airport, but we're actually back on track with our timing now. So even though we left a little bit later, we've made up the time on the toll road.
We've arrived at the airport. Okay, we're using lowcostparking.pt. Used them before. Just gonna get Story out the car in our bags. Okay, we're in the airport now. Just checking out the board. When are we going?
8 o'clock, London Stansted, check-in open, so let's go and do that.
Right, we've paid for the extra baby carrier exemption, I think it's called, or baby luggage.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works. I'm not sure if we have to check her chair in or take it with us. We'll find out in a second.
No, 10 to 15.
Oh. So far so good.
Yeah.
She's not fussing. Okay, Story. Are you ready for your flight? You've got to have your drink first. Calm you down. You should be asleep by now. Okay, we got some much needed double espressos, a croissant and 2 almond pastries for $9.55. Feeling ready for this? Me neither. You ready for this, Story? You ready for this? Be a good girl for us. Okay, we finally cleared security. Didn't take long, did it?
No, it's fairly straightforward.
Actually, we went through the priority gate because, yeah, when you've got a baby, you can go through the priority gate in Portugal. That's good. Story is definitely tired, but she's not causing too much fuss yet. We're on our way to the gate. Okay, we're through security. We're through all the checkpoints. So what have we learned about air travel with a baby so far?
You can take a buggy or a pushchair straight up to the gate, and then they take it off you at the airplane door. So that's what we're doing. I think you're allowed to take a baby bottle in. I didn't know that, but the woman in front of us had yogurts for kids and they let her take them in, and he asked us, have you got any liquids for the child? So I didn't know that, so we could have bought Story a bottle, but we didn't.
If you are flying with Ryanair, you get free baby luggage, so that £10 I paid per flight was actually wasted. I didn't need that. So you only pay extra if you want to take more than 2 pieces of luggage for your baby.
No, 3.
3, isn't it?
You're allowed 3 pieces, and anything else is extra.
Yeah. So I actually didn't have to pay for the baby Story fee at all.
Never mind.
Never mind. Peace of mind. And now we're going on the plane. I do think though that on the way back we will check in her seat, because you have to put it through the security check, so she has to come out of the seat anyway, so it's not exactly a relaxing ride. Right, let's queue. Yeah, she's getting really tired now, isn't she? They've given us this infant seat belt, which I have no idea how to use. I think somebody's going to come and show us, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Hopefully. Got no clue. Story is really tired.
And hot.
Really hot too.
I'm back.
So far, no tears. The seatbelt was quite easy in the end. You just have to kind of put it through your one, then wrap it around the back. You're all securely strapped in now, aren't you? Ready to go.
Further information may be found.
Bye Portugal.
Remember start our in-flight service.
It's been about 40 minutes now. Story refuses to go to sleep. She's really tired though. She just doesn't understand what's going on. I'm sorry, Story. It's bedtime. Still no crying yet though, which is lucky. Just anger, isn't it? Really frustrated. Story's first journey on the plane then. Honestly, I'm quite impressed, considering we're on a flight way into her bedtime. She would have been asleep for a couple of hours before we even got on the plane. She wasn't crying or anything, mostly just curious as to what was going on, very excited to look around and not understanding, I guess, that now should be a time for her to go to sleep. She's rubbing her eyes and looking like she wanted to go to sleep, but at the same time just dead curious as to what's going on, being on this new vehicle flying off into the sky. She didn't cry. She made one or two screams the whole time when we tried to kind of hold her head down into a sleeping position when she was rubbing her eyes, but for the first hour and a half she was a girl. And after an hour and 30 minutes of the flying, she decided at that point that she couldn't stay awake any longer and eventually did go to sleep. So Story the baby survived the plane journey with minimal problems. It just took her a long time to get used to where she was. No ear popping issues or nothing on takeoff and landing, and we're very proud of her. Another thing that drew my curiosity is there were so many people around in immigration and on the bus out of the plane, and Story didn't scream or cry at anybody. Believe it or not, somebody on the plane even recognised us. To be fair, she did cry at him when he came over later at the airport to say hello. We are actually in the next day now. As you can see, it's bright and early. The following day we had some problems with our rental car when we got to the country. There is a lot of red tape in the UK when it comes to renting stuff nowadays, and we had some issues that we had to work through. So they didn't release our car and we had to pay a lot more money to get it. Yeah, last night was a bit stressful, and by the time we arrived at Sue's house we just stopped vlogging and went to sleep. It was very late. Story was up until 2 o'clock, but she's now downstairs playing, and we are going to round up today's video. If you want access to our additional content, click the link here. We are going to get on with the day. Hope you enjoyed Story's first flight, and we will see you next time. Bye. Okay, let's begin our journey through England.